What in the baby face is going on here? As we all know, the internet and YouTube algorithms like to reward the more clickbait, negative, drama-titled videos, which can lead to people getting stressed out and thinking that that's all the world is. Well, welcome to my attempt to fight back against some of that negativity with the first episode of this new series I'm starting called Positive Metal News of the Week. Or rather, Positive Metal News of the Week! These will be really short videos just highlighting some of the good stories that have happened throughout the last week. Things that maybe I wouldn't make an entire video on, but it'd be nice to get out there and promote to people. To let more metalheads know that it's not all just drama and catfishing out there. So headbang the like button, stage dive onto the subscribe button, and windmill the video to your friends. And if you're a fan of the channel, consider becoming a member. Memberships only cost 99 cents a month, and each one really helps me toward my lifelong goal of creating a life-size Godzilla to invade Canada. First story I wanted to share is that as of May 20th, Sick of It All's frontman Lou Coller is now officially cancer-free. Sick of It All are one of my favorite bands. They're one of those hardcore bands that's always welcome on metal shows and festivals because they just kick so much ass. They put on some of the craziest live shows I've been a part of, both at small clubs in San Francisco and at festivals like Wacken and Hellfest. So it was real shit news when he got diagnosed. Thankfully, the hardcore legend reigned supreme. So shout out to Lou. I'm glad he's good and I cannot wait to see Sick of It All again. Next, we've got a couple of tours announced. Dream Theater has announced a 40th anniversary Evening With tour in North America. I didn't even realize they've been around for 40 years. And is their first North American tour with returning drummer Mike Portnoy. That's cool. Blood Incantation has announced a North American tour with support from Steve Roach, Cynic, Pallbearer, and Krallis. That will be a very heavy show. Ghoul has released tickets for their show with Midnight in Los Angeles, July 19th. This is going to be a fucking insane underground show. I'll 100% be at this one. Speaking of underground, a little up-and-coming band not many people have heard of called Metallica have just announced a European tour of no repeat weekends, where it's 2 nights, 2 different sets, and 2 different opening acts. The first night will be Gojira and Knocked Loose opening. The second night will be Pantera and Avatar. Something for the Europeans to look forward to. The Shiprocked Cruise, which sails from Half Moon Cay to Nassau and back, taking place in January, has just announced Hailstorm performing Docked in Nassau. That's pretty cool. I wish 70,000 Tons would do that. Motionless in White, Knocked Loose, Wage War, AWOL Nation, Suicidal Tendencies, Avatar, Starset, Sleep Theory, From Ashes to New, Kitty, and several others. As you can tell, this is a bit more mainstream bands than 70,000 Tons of Metal would have, but I've heard very positive things about this cruise. So if you like any of these bands, I'd say it's worth checking out. Those are the metal tours and shows for the week, and now we have some new music to get to. Electric Callboy just released a weirdly dark song called Reverie, which is pretty different than all of their other singles they've put out. This is music for when the party ended and now you're hung over trying to figure out what happened. Cataclysm released a new visualizer video for a song called The Rabbit Hole, which I quite enjoyed. It's got all the classic grooving and grinding that you expect from Cataclysm. It's nothing like particularly different or challenging than what they've done before, but it is satisfying. We've got Gruesome, sort of an underground supergroup of death metal, released a new song and video called Condemned Identity. If you like the underground grimy shit like I do, this is what you're looking for. Falling in Reverse released a new single called God is a Weapon, with surprise appearance from Marilyn Manson. The song kind of sounds like how a Marilyn Manson song would. I guess Ronnie's now playing with that genre on top of all the other ones he has. This next one is an album that came out at the beginning of this month actually, but I only found out about it a couple days ago and it completely blew me away, so I have to mention it. This atmospheric death metal band called Jade released an album called Mysteries of a Flowery Dream. It is fucking epic death metal with the haunting atmosphere of black metal kids who live in a forest that's been abandoned for hundreds of years, but they sound like the Cookie Monster. I loved it. Solid as hell. Highly recommend checking it out. In a way, it's kind of similar to a sound that I would have liked Behemoth to go more towards after the Satanist, which is more good. But yeah, I can't praise this one enough. Go check out Jade, Mysteries of a Flowery Dream. Other big exciting news, we are now officially just under 2 weeks away from me attending the Satan Festival in Iceland. This is a new festival that's in its 2nd year, taking place in a very small town called Stykkishólmur in the north of Iceland, about 2 hours away from Reykjavik. I will be attending this festival. I will be there watching bands, doing media, doing interviews, maybe hosting a panel or two with some other people. And we've got a a badass lineup for the weekend of the Vintage Caravan, Skullmold, and Sauricide. Great Icelandic bands, but then we've got Vader, Carcass, Talk, Discharge, Brain Police, High Parasite, Beneath. I am so stoked for this festival. It is in one of the most beautiful places in Iceland, which is saying a lot because the whole country's gorgeous. Yeah, if possible, you should attend this festival. And if you can't attend this festival, keep an eye on it for other years and enjoy my video on it, which will be coming out as soon as I'm back from it. I can't wait. And now for one more positive metal news story of the week. This happened just over a week ago, I think, but there's no way I wasn't gonna put it in this video. Let's end this week on a high with some kitties. While on their currently kind of problematic co-headlining tour, Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine found time to stop arguing online to save abandoned kittens. As we all know, metalheads are very evil and scary, but that drops as soon as we see a cute little animal, especially one in distress. I'm not sure where they were, but they said they found a mother cat and some kittens nearby, and then more of them were stuck in this diesel generator, ironically labeled cat. The band rescued a couple of them, called the fire department, stuck around to make sure everything worked out. Someone from the band or crew went into the machine to rescue the last kitten, who was apparently deep in there. What a great dude. Aww. That's just about as big as my cat was when I rescued him. Alright, you can close it now. Make sure to. So shout out for these members of Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine, and these firefighters who did the right thing, the most metal thing possible in rescuing kittens. And with that adorable story, that is all of the positive metal news of this week. I will catch you next weekend for some more happy feel-goods of metals. For more from me, check out my band Dark Insanity. You can find us on Instagram, on Spotify, on all of the streaming platforms, on Bandcamp as well. We have our EP Rabid Psychosis out now. This October, we are playing with Carnivore AD at the Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood, October 16th. Tickets are $25, so hit me or the band up if you'd like one. We've got Wyatt's Metal and Dark Insanity merch available now in my shop. We've also got hoodies, hats, buttons, stickers. We even have Dark Insanity weed bags. Link is in the description of this video. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video.